What's up, guys?
Hey, growing out the beard a little bit.
Yeah. I'm kind of in between shaving it or keeping it. I'm getting some mixed signals from people. Some people say shave it, some people say keep it. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do.
So obviously, we just talked to Gus, and you said you had a good practice last night. Are you feeling closer to 100%? Where would you say you are right now?
Yeah. I think I'm pretty close to that mark. Had a really good practice last night, being able to move around and throw it well and move the way I want to move. And so, I'm really thankful for that. Again, shout out to Mary. She's unbelievable at doing what she does, and has helped me a ton to get back.
John, how much has this process of being out for 3 or 4 weeks, how much has that maybe changed the way you look at things, and being on the sideline and kind of how you see things moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, as a competitor, it stings having to sit on the sideline, right, and not be out there with your guys. But I tried to play my role, right, and tried to do my part. I think everybody has a role when it comes to game days, and I had to learn to. My role was different than it was, but I had to learn to play my role. I'm excited to get back into this role because it is what I love to do, and I'm excited. I'm excited for Saturday.
John Rhys, how much would you say is more mental or physical as far as just coming back from this injury?
I think it's a little bit of both, right? Like there's some healing that has to be done, right? And then in your mind, you have to start trusting your knee to start getting in and out of breaks and being able to step into throws and be able to get hit and get tackled, right? It's all part of it. So I say it's both. It's both mental and physical, but I think now it's more of the mental aspect of it. I think I'm if not all the way healed, really close to being all the way healed. And so it's just about trusting myself, realizing that man, I'm healed, I'm healthy to get out there and then just to play football like I've done since I've been a kid.
Was the mental part harder than you expected during this recovery process?
I think it's like other injuries, right, that you've had. A lot of times you don't even think about it, right? Like you think I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna let it eat, and then all of a sudden, like, your brain doesn't want to make your leg work, right? You're kind of timid to get in and out of the cut, and you kind of do it subconsciously without thinking about it. And so then it's something that you have to become conscious of. Hey, I'm going to let it eat, and hey, I'm going to, no matter what, kind of just push through, right? Like you have to force yourself to do it until it, again, then comes second nature to you. It's a learning curve, but Mary's been unbelievable in helping me through that, and it's not her first rodeo with it all, and she's awesome.
As you walked up to the podium, couldn't help but notice you still got an awful lot of brace.
Sure.
Is that going to be part of your uniform on Saturday?
Yeah. So we're still in the brace, right? You got to try to keep it safe, and take all the precautions necessary to keep myself safe. But it's part of the uniform for me right now, and Mary's been really awesome. She's works with some people at Donjoy and Oster and some other brace places. We have a running joke. We have a wall full of braces. I think I have 6 braces in the training room right now. But it just goes to show you that no stones left unturned in there. Like they're going to do everything that they can to make sure that you feel good, to make sure that you feel fit and ready to play. And I can't say enough good things about Mary and the team in there.
After Kansas, you used the phrase snap, crackle, and pop. Have
Sure.
you heard any other noises or sensations?
No more Rice Krispies going through the knee, so that's good. I'm thankful for that.
John Rhys, what do you know about Dylan? Have you heard stories about him from when he was here? And as a quarterback, do quarterbacks watch other quarterbacks to try and do something? You study defense so much, but does that happen?
Sure. So, a little bit kind of connected in the web through college football, right? When I was at Ole Miss my freshman year under Rich Rod and Matt Luke, and then they were released, and Lane Kiffin and Levy, that was the OC here, came. And so when Levy was installing his offense, we watched a lot of his film from UCF, which of course was Dylan Gabriel, right? And so got to watch a lot of his film then, and obviously unbelievable quarterback, unbelievable arm. A great talent, right? And then watching the film from Oklahoma as well, he's unbelievably talented. And now Levy's back with him at Oklahoma, and so I'm excited to see Coach Lev and Holacek and those guys that I know over there, and ultimately play against them.
You were asked after the last game where this team is at, and I believe the word you used was frustrated.
Sure.
Now, a week later, going into a game where you're playing arguably the best team you'll face all season, where is this team at now?
I think a bye week came at a really good time, right? It gives you a chance to kind of reevaluate, kind of to get back to being you, and I think we did just that through this bye week. I would no longer say frustrated is the word. I would say excited. We have a really, really good opportunity in front of us, and looking to do really big things with it.
You said you had to play your role while you were out with an injury. What role was that? Like, what capacity did you?
Yeah, sure. So I was there to support Timmy or support whoever was in there, right? And then to give feedback of what I saw, whether it's in practice, whether it's on game days, to the coaches. And so that was kind of my big role. My big role was to really support Timmy, right? To make sure that he's feeling good about stuff. Make sure that we're running stuff that he feels comfortable with, right? And then to just tell him what I would do, right? In this situation, I might have done this, but you did this in this situation, and it worked out really, really good. So just kind of giving feedback to Timmy in that aspect, and yeah, that was my role. And so I try to do it to the best of my ability.
Back over here. How just personally excited are you to just be back out there and do big football play that you've been wanting to do and watch it?
Yeah, I'm really, really excited. You know, you realize how blessed you are to do something kind of when it gets taken away, right? You get opportunity, and then all of a sudden you can't do it anymore. It really makes you appreciate it. And so I'm super, super excited to have an opportunity again to play and to do what I love to do, and ultimately excited to make the most of it.
Obviously, health was a big thing that you guys seem to have gotten back during the bye week. How else did you guys kind of reset yourselves during the bye week to
Sure.
kind of build the optimism?
I know offensively, I can't really speak for the defense, but offensively, I mean, we kind of tried to get back to what we wanted to be really, really good at, right? I don't want to kind of establish or kind of let those things be known, but I mean, we wanted to really get back to us, right? And get back to spit shining the things that we should be really, really good at, and we did just that. And so I'm excited to put that on display this week.
One of the keys to beating Oklahoma has to be keeping the ball out of their offense's hands. That's where you come in, sustained drive, stuff like that. Coming off of injury and trying to do that, how do you balance those two and try to do that? Because that'll be a key to the game.
Yeah. I mean, obviously Oklahoma's a really, really good football team, right? But I think when it comes down to it, I think we're a really, really good football team too. We just haven't executed the way that we want to execute. And looking from the bye week now to this week preparing, we just want to execute at a high level. That's what we should do, and that's what we want to do. And that's what we are looking to do this Saturday.
Fans from the outside think that star players and coaching staff is where the team ends, but you've talked a lot about how Mary got you back to health and everything.
Yeah.
Can you shine a light on kind of the staff and how important they are to the team?
I mean, it takes a real village to kind of propel a college football team. From Miss Erica, the nutrition staff, strength and conditioning staff, to Mary and the team in the athletic training room, to Miss Tara over in academics. It takes a real village to help us do what we do, and those people usually don't get a lot of spotlight. And I really appreciate you asking this question, because kind of opportunity for them to let their names be known. I mean, unbelievable village that we have here at UCF. But ultimately, I really want to, again, voice my appreciation for Mary. Unbelievable. I think that since the injury, we have spent more time together than we have apart. That's including sleeping. That means a whole lot to me, right? One phone call away, one call away. Man, Mary, I feel kind of funny right now. What do you think? She's there to ease your mind. She's there to, hey, we'll look at it tomorrow. Unbelievable village that we have here at UCF, and that can't be said loud enough.
John Rhys, you, Ricky, coach, as I said, get back to us. What does that look like, and do you truly feel like you've established an identity as an offense, defense, or special team, or just as a team so far this season?
I mean, I think everybody in the building knows how good that we can be. We know that we're a special football team, that we are a high-level football team. We just haven't put that on display. And that's where the word frustrated came from after the loss last week, because we know that we're better than what we have shown. And so this week has really been an opportunity for us to, again, get back to us, get back to hitting the reset button. Hey, guys, realize that we're a really good football team. We just have to go execute, and 11 guys have to do their job every play. Easier said than done, but that's the reality of playing college football.
John Rhys, you talked about Mary, the training staff, and everything. How much of them onus do you put on them for helping you? You're a competitor. You want to get out there. You want to get there faster and faster.
Yeah.
How much of that was maybe having you slow down a little bit during the rehab process, and making sure you don't kind of do things that maybe could have hampered yourself?
Yeah. So Mary and Dr. Jablonski and Dr. Levy, they were really good at kind of gauging that, right? Because me, I'm one to kind of want to push the envelope a little bit, kind of want to do more than less some days. But early on, it was about, hey, pump the brakes here, kiddo. We gotta heal up a little bit before we start getting into it. But then it turned into when it started time for starting to bend my knee, when I did not want anything to do with it. Like I didn't like it at all. Mary was there to say, hey, it's time to cowboy up and let's do it. And so there was both, right? There was both sides of the coin there, and they're really good at navigating that area.
As someone who was a quarterback under Jeff Levy when you were at Ole Miss, what's it like being a quarterback in that offense, and what makes their offense so dangerous?
Coach Levy and his offense is unbelievable, right? I really have a lot of respect for him and everything that he's done so far in his career, and now getting to showcase that at Oklahoma. Unbelievable coach. He coached me really good and really well at Ole Miss, and I'm appreciative for my time there with him. Special offense. They do some really good schematic stuff. They let their skill guys be really involved in the run game too, and they love to throw deep. And so really good offense when you have a really good quarterback as well. It highlights the offense as well. And so I'm excited to watch our defense compete against one of the best offenses in the country, I think.
Other side of the ball, what do they do well defensively?
They throw a lot of stuff at you. They love to pressure and kind of try to confuse you sometimes. And so we're trying to put a good game plan together, put a good scheme together to combat that. But they ultimately have really good players too. But I think UCF has some really good players as well.
John Rhys, being somebody that played under Coach Levy and now playing under Coach Malzahn, do you see any similarities between Levy's offense and Coach Malzahn's offense that you're running?
Yeah, we do. We do some stuff that's similar, and we do some stuff that's a little bit different as well. I think that being able to play underneath Coach Lev and kind of get his outlook and outlook on some schemes and some different things, and both play under Coach Malzahn has made me a better quarterback, right? I've got to kind of learn a lot of football from him, and now I learn a lot of football from Coach Malzahn, and yeah, I'm appreciative of both of them, but I really like the offense that we run.
John Rhys, off the field a little bit, you lent your name to an organization, athletes.org. I mean,
Yeah.
talking about what's that process like, and why did you feel necessary to maybe kind of lend your voice to maybe speaking up for other college athletes and what they go through?
Yeah, athletes.org is something that was brought to my attention through a friend that once started Influencer, which was early on just a place where athletes could get pictures from guys that took photos on the sideline, right? And he has now sold that and founded athletes.org, and he kind of laid it out for me. I had a lot of questions of what am I going to be promoting, because I don't want to put my name behind something that isn't good, right? And the more he told me about it, the more that I wanted to support this. When I first started college in 2019, there was no NIL, and so when it came out, it was craziness, right? People didn't know what to make of it, didn't know the rules and regulations behind it. But luckily, I had people that approached me that had an understanding of what was happening and what was to come. But the reality of it was that's not the reality for every college athlete. Not a lot of kids and not a lot of college athletes get the wisdom that I had from people that knew what they were talking about. And I, to this day, have a friend and an advisor, Jeff Weiner, and he's unbelievable at what he does. He stays up to date with all the things, with the changing landscapes of the NCAA and everything it has to do with NIL. But again, not everybody has that. Athletes.org is a place where everybody can't have that for free. And I think it's going to be an unbelievable resource for years to come. Again, while this still is changing and still the narrative's changing behind NIL and everything that comes with it, it's going to be a really, really good space for athletes to be able to ask questions safely for people that are for the athletes. And so I'm really, really excited to support athletes.org.
On a bye-week weekend, do you watch other college football games? And if so, any observations or that you had?
Not a ton. I didn't watch a ton of football. Kind of try to take a deep breath and kind of step away from it a little bit. But obviously, roommates and stuff. I have a buddy, Cameron Crane. He's a left-handed pitcher for the baseball team. He's a huge college football fan, so he always had it on and he's screaming there at the TV. And so he's a hoot and he's a good time to be around. But me personally, didn't get to watch a whole bunch of college football by choice.
You mentioned Cameron Crane, baseball. I know obviously it's football season. You're totally focused on that, but
Yeah.
while baseball is going on, do you think about baseball at all? You get in
Yeah.
the cages? Have you talked to those coaches about coming back? And all that
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah. Obviously, they just had a fall game over there, and so keeping up with that. Haven't got to get in the cages a ton just because of, I'm trying to heal up and get healthy, trying to take it one thing at a time. But yeah, there's always an itch that wants to be scratched with baseball for me. It's my first love, and yeah, there's always an itch that wants to be scratched for sure.
Ricky said tuning out the noise, but critics say there's no chance for
Yeah.
UCF this weekend at Oklahoma. Why are they wrong?
We've never, as a team, been one to buy into what other people have to say about us. It's something that I've learned way back in 2019 when a lot of people had a bunch of good stuff to say about what I was doing and what we were doing as a team. And a lot of times I wanted to believe the good things but kind of tune out the bad things. And that's really, really hard to do. And so personally now for me, I've learned the best thing to do is to not listen to any of it. I've learned that the only opinions that matter about what we do or what I do is the people that are in your really tight circle. And for us, it's the people that's in the building. And so we're not one to listen to outside noise. Sure, it can be a distraction sometimes, but we try to stay pretty disciplined in that aspect. I know I do, because it can put you in a weird headspace sometimes. And so it's best for me to just focus on the opinions that matter to me the most, which is inside that building and inside my immediate circle. Critics are wrong because UCF is a really good football team, and we're going to execute at a high level, and I'm excited to do just that. Thanks, guys. God bless.